Welcome back. Rellism Sports Talk, episode 28. It's been a minute, but I appreciate all the feedback everybody's giving me and all the challenging remarks people are saying. I like that. I like people talking. That's what the debating's all about. But just to recap on some things, we're gonna talk about some QBs in the NFL, what's going on, who should go where, what's going on with that. What I don't want to happen in the NFL compared to the NBA. Of course, we're going to talk some NBA talk. We're going to talk about some ignorance that Brandon Ingram said. We're going to talk about Tiger, boxing, UFC, Ncaa Basketball. We're going to get it in, guys. We're going to get it in. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the QBs in the NFL. Everybody knows about Carson Wentz to the Colts, which I think is a great thing for both sides. I think both sides are going to excel, and I'm picking the Colts to win their division. Yeah, I said it. They're going to beat the Titans, the Texans, the Jaguars. I'm picking them to win their division because of Carson Wentz. People can say that he's a has-been or whatever. But I'm telling you, being a Washington football team's fan, I'd have took him all day long. Potential was there. And you know what? And they have an offensive line that will protect him. They have actual wide receivers for him to throw the ball to. Who was he throwing the ball to in Philadelphia? Come on, guys. I don't think they're giving this guy enough chance and enough a break. You know what I'm saying? He was going to be the MVP a few years ago when they won the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So, another person that's getting disrespected, in my opinion, Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, what is going on? Teddy B had the horrific injury with the Vikings. Horrific. You know, whatever. Very likable guy, whatever. Went to the Saints as a backup. Started those 6 games, whatever. Drew Brees was hurt, came in, went undefeated, did well. New coach come in, Carolina, from college ranks, and he's like, hey, Cam Newton, you out of here. We got this guy we feel good about, Teddy Bridgewater. He's our guy, da-da-da. And now you talking about getting rid of him already? Already? Why? No, don't get me wrong. I'd give up almost anybody in the NFL to get Deshaun Watson. But why are you even putting Teddy Bridgewater out there like that already? I mean, this guy's been doing anything he can for you already. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't look bad. I mean, the team, you lost your best player, McCaffrey. I mean, what do you expect to happen? You got holes all over your team. But I thought it was kind of disrespectful just to throw him out there like, hey, it's just Teddy Bridgewater, la. You know what I mean? I think that's disrespectful. Another disrespectful is Tua. Now, Tua coming off injury, whatever, but I think he did okay for Miami. The potential's there. The potential's going to be always there with this guy. You know what I'm saying? He was supposed to be a franchise-changing quarterback. So, and now they talking about moving him. Like I said, if you get Deshaun Watson, I'd almost trade anybody in the league. Almost any quarterback, probably, other than maybe 5 of them. I'd trade my people for him. So, and at least with Miami, Watson would have a good team. Tua could go to a place where they have I think it would rub off better. But the Jets, why would Deshaun Watson put the Jets on his list? What are you doing? Why do you want to go to a dysfunctional place just like that? That's ridiculous. I mean, you know what I mean? Now, granted, I wouldn't want to draft Justin Fields from Ohio State either. I definitely wouldn't want to do that because I don't think that he's going to be that. And yeah, call me biased, call me a hater. I never really been a big Justin Fields fan all the way back from when he was on the Netflix show QB1. He just never did it for me. And don't get me wrong, but in that Clemson game, he showed out and he looked like a stud. I ain't gonna lie, but NFL's different, man. We already see it. NFL's different. So I don't know about that. The Patriots, they talking about Marcus Mariota. What? Why? What has Marcus Mariota done? I mean, come on, for real. Is that what y'all talking about, New England? Is that what y'all doing? Y'all better go and get one of these young guns. One of these two young guns after Trevor Lawrence is gone and get them, not Fields. I'm talking about the other two. You know what I'm saying? You're going to let Cam go. So, Patriots, I'm intrigued to see what New England does. Because Belichick just saw Tom Brady win. And he's like, I got to do something. So, we'll see what he's going to do. I'm fascinated by that situation. I think Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning the Super Bowl makes all the headlines and storylines for next year that much better. Because now they talking about Drew Brees might not even retire now. Now he might not even retire. So what's that mean for Winston? What does that mean for Russell Wilson, because that was on his list. I didn't mean to jump the gun with the Russell Wilson thing, but Russell Wilson, really? Nah, I'll wait a second. Let me go get to my squad first. The Washington football team. Yeah, we let Alex Smith go. We let our number one pick for a couple years go, and now they talking about we go get Ryan Fitzpatrick. Really, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Really. So the name is over. We're not the Washington Redskins no more. I don't want to hear about the Washington Wolves. I don't want to hear about the Washington Generals. The team name right now is called the Washington Retreads, because that's all we do is get retreads. Retread after retread after retread after retread. We are horrible at drafting, and all we do is get retreads. And it disgusts me. It disgusts me because teams like Dallas, who has a franchise quarterback, treats him like dog crap. When we would take him in a heartbeat. I'll take Dak. Now, do I think Dak deserves all that money that he's asking for? No. But do most of them deserve that? Probably not. It's just the way the game is. That's the way the market is. So that's what he's gonna get. It ain't my money. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Dak is getting a raw deal, and it sucks for him because I like Dak and I like this story when he's at Mississippi State. So it is what it is. I don't really care because it's Cowboys. I don't care if they have a quarterback or not. But I do care because Russell Wilson talking about I don't know if I'm on a team or not, but if I was being traded, the number one team I want to go to is Dallas. I don't like that crap. I don't like that crap at all. You know what I'm saying? You can carry yourself to Chicago. You can carry yourself to whatever other team you picked on your list. But Dallas was the number one team. So that makes me kind of sickening. But I understand it. They got a running game. They got offensive weapons. And the biggest thing is he saw Tom Brady say, I'm in New England with nothing. I ain't got nothing in here. I'm going to go to Tampa Bay and I got all kinds of toys. I totally get it. Russell Wilson's like, I'm here with Seattle with, you got DK Metcalf. You got Tyler Lockett. The tight ends are kind of reprints, you know what I'm saying? The running game is like, ain't no stars. The offensive line is putrid. He is getting beat up back there. And he's a mobile quarterback. And he's getting beat up like that. That should tell your franchise there's a problem. There's a problem with that. But interesting to see if he's going to go anywhere or not, or if they're going to pull the trigger on that or not. Have y'all heard about this Baker Mayfield talk? Baker Mayfield just took your team to the playoffs. And now y'all talking about trading him? What did he do wrong? What are he doing now? I feel like he definitely deserves another year or two. Like, what's going on? All these people, you're the Cleveland Browns. You're the Cleveland Browns, dude. Stop getting yourself all, you're the Cleveland Browns. And he just took you to the playoffs and almost beat the Chiefs. Don't get too ahead of yourself, Cleveland Browns. Come on, Cleveland. Slow your roll. You're the Cleveland Browns, okay? You got a dope team. You got 2 stud running backs, dope offensive line. You're getting player after player. And that was even all without Odell. If you go trade anybody, you trade Odell. You ain't trade Baker. Trade Odell. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Word just came in, J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt is now a Arizona Cardinal. So, good for him. I think the Cardinals are an up-and-coming team. I would not be surprised if they won their division. I'm just calling it right now. I would not be surprised if they won their division. So, good luck to J.J. Watt. He's reunited with Nuke. You know what I'm saying? So, go do your thing. Back to Russell Wilson. He said, Dallas. We already talked about why Dallas. He said New Orleans Saints. Why not? You got Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, and all that. But guess what? Drew Brees might not retire. Jameis Winston's probably like, man, can I get a break, yo? We'll take you, Jameis. Come be a Washington retread. We're the Washington Retreads. We'll take Jameis Winston. And your squinting eyeballs. We'll take all that. The Chicago Bears, yeah, they got a good offensive line, a good defense. I don't see many offensive weapons that he would love, but hey, if you want to play and you're in the cold, hey, whatever. And then the Raiders. Why would you want to go to Raiders? Because it's Las Vegas, baby. And I'm married to Sierra. That's why. I'm in the corner of the world in Seattle, Washington. I need to be down there in Vegas. That's what Russell Wilson talk about. Sierra in his ear like, yo, let's go to Showtime. Let's go somewhere, big markets. So I get it. But I don't want the NFL to be like the NFL. I mean, to be like the NBA. NBA's to a point where it's like people are just demanding trades, leaving. I want to go do this. James Harden said, I want to be traded to the Nets. Period. He didn't say, hey, I could go to the Nets or the Knicks or da-da-da-da. He said, no, I'm going to act wrong. I'm going to get fat. And I'm going to play a little bit, but I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be happy until you trade me to the Nets. And what happened? You traded me to the Nets. The NFL is the best sport because there's so much parity and so much of the lowest team in the division wind up winning it next year. So much of that going on. I mean, Tampa Bay just won, just making one off-season move. I mean, they had some minor ones, but Brady was the biggest one. So I don't want it to get to a point where it's like, Sean Watson says, I'm not going to play unless you trade me to some, I don't know, name a team that can go to the Super Bowl. Any of these teams, you know what I'm saying? I just don't want that to happen, man. The NFL is just much better than that, man. It's just much better than that. Don't ruin the NFL. Keep your salary cap the way it is. Keep the balance. If people want to overpay for a quarterback, that quarterback better be able to win you games by himself, a la Aaron Rodgers back in all these years, a la Tom Brady all these years. You know what I mean? So, Patrick Mahomes, yeah, he makes a ton of money, but he can win you games by himself. Simple as that. So I don't want the NBA to do it. Please, NFL. Sorry. You can see I'm ready with him. Don't do it, NFL. Okay? Speaking of NBA, the Nets just won 8 in a row. They beating all the contenders. I mean, they beating the Lakers, Clippers, Bucks. They beating everybody. All right, they hitting their stride. And then this with Kevin Durant having this COVID situation, being in, out, been in this. Kyrie's in and out. I mean, is it Steve Nash? He ain't getting no credit. I mean, is Steve Nash getting no credit? I ain't heard of nobody say nothing about Steve Nash. But for the Nets to click this early makes me nervous as heck. I was hoping they would, have some bumpiness, bump this, like the Heat did when they first started. Remember, they didn't start off winning all these games in a row. They were like 500 for a while, and then it was like, oh, okay, they click. And then he win it the first year. They lost to Dallas. So, but these Nets look scary. In the West, I thought my squad was a lot. I felt confident. I was like, yo, I ain't worried about the Clippers. I ain't worried about nothing. But Anthony Davis goes out. I mean, granted, we done won 2 in a row now, but it's just not the same, man. Like, they can't win a championship without Anthony Davis being a star. I mean, he's got to be a featured everything for that team. Defensively, offensively, emotionally. Anthony Davis has to be that. We've seen LeBron give everything he can emotionally and defensively and everything. It's not enough. It's not enough if you don't have enough on your team. I think our team's okay, but Anthony Davis has to be their driving force. I mean, it's just the way it is. The Clippers seem mediocre to me, right? I mean, like, they're not, but like, I don't know. It's just something about them this year that I don't know. It just seems a little funny to me. Portland, but Utah, what the hell? Utah? And sometimes they say, hey, teams can win championships. I love the old Detroit Pistons, you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about Isaiah Thomas. Well, Isaiah Thomas was the only superstar on the team. But I was talking about like the Chauncey Billups ones and all that. The Spurs teams. You had Tim Duncan, but you had some other good, solid players. Hey, this Utah team, Donovan Mitchell, is he that guy? Yeah, he's that guy. He's that Gobert. I guess they kiss and made up because they are flexing out there. And I ain't gonna lie. The coach is doing great. The ball never seems like it stops moving. It's not a whole lot of one-on-one ball. The ball's always flowing. They got three-point shooters everywhere. Gobert's a stud on the inside. I don't think he gets enough credit anyway. People look at him like, well, he's big. He's supposed to do that. Yeah, but he's doing things. So, in the West, I think it's a crapshoot. I mean, it's a few teams. I think it's going to be intriguing to watch the playoffs for that. The East, there's a lot of solid teams, a lot of Miamis and Bostons, and, you know what I'm saying, and them kind of teams. But really, I think it just comes down to the Nets. And if anybody can beat the Nets, the only team I can see is the Sixers. The Sixers have probably the only best chance, and that's because of my MVP front runner, Joel Embiid. But is Joel Embiid going to stay healthy enough to win? Is he going to stay healthy enough to play? Ben Simmons is looking good. They got Curry, and they got these other shooters out there that look good for the team. I still think they're missing one piece. Just one little, I don't know if it's on the bench they need or what it is that they need. But I think that they have surpassed the Bucks. I think the Bucks are done. Unless they get Bradley Beal or somebody like that, I think the Bucks are finished. Giannis can't, Giannis's deficiencies. You know he can't do. Middleton can shoot, he can score, but he can't do it for you in a 7-game series. He might do it in 2 of them. You know what I mean? And then all the pressure goes on him. Drew Holiday's he's a solid player, but he's not a game changer like that. So I don't know what the deal was with thinking that he was something else. They were just throwing anything out there trying to keep Giannis to sign that max contract to stay. And he did it. But we'll see after 2 years if he's just like, James Harden, trade me. You know what I mean? That's what the NBA players seem like they doing. So I don't know. All these NBA players just running and trade, joining teams. This guy, say 20 years with the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? He ain't have to run and jump nowhere. So Brandon Ingram. And I like Brandon Ingram. I wish we'd have kept him over Kuzma. I can't stand Kuzma. I wish we'd have kept Brandon Ingram. But what kind of idiot are you, Brandon? What are you smoking? You smoking that good. He said, Zion is the first teammate that is as talented as him. So when I heard that, I said, you're an idiot, just like I just now did. But the more you think about it, you say, is that really a shot at LeBron? Or is that a shot at Zion? Because Zion's supposed to be the truth. He's supposed to be the man. And if you ever thought Brandon Ingram and LeBron were on the same level, then you need to figure out what you smoking, because that's something wrong. So maybe what he said was true. He's more talented as him. Because LeBron surpassed him years ago, dude. I mean, like, when LeBron was a rookie, he was better than Brandon Ingram. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's crazy about Tiger Woods, y'all. Tiger Woods, y'all. And I know I'm going to hear some people talking about conspiracy theories, like they're trying to kill him and all this. All I'm going to say is, I'm glad that he lived. I'm glad he lived. And I've seen these kind of stories before when, these star athletes or whatever, way up here, they didn't do something because they're a human. They do something wrong, and then they're back down here. Then tragedy hits, and then now we'll see if Tiger can work hard and strive past this tragedy to get back on. And then he'll be back in everybody's good graces. Then everybody's going to love Tiger again. Everybody's like, they're going to forget all about the other stuff. They're going to be like, oh, look what he did. He surpassed it. Oh, and he won an event. Oh, we're going to forget all about shit. Watch. I'm calling it right now. You watch and see. He's going to come back bigger and better than ever. I ain't say he's going to have no help or nothing, but we'll see how it goes. Anybody been watching any other sports other than me? I'm trying to branch myself out to all these, boxing, UFC. I just watched some crazy boxing last weekend. The champions, 2 Mexican dudes. Yo, official. Boxing, that was official. And then the UFC, especially this Saturday, the UFC is 3 fights with 4 belts on the line. I'm hyped. Derek, I'm trying to watch it. Get ready. You know how we do for the UFC. But it's gaining mad steam, in my opinion. Entertain. I am so hyped about it. And it's intriguing, man. I'll tell you what, man. Like, ain't nothing about somebody going mano a mano. You know what I'm saying? Mano a mano. And they talking trash on each other just like that, saying, let's get it, whatever. I love it. So we'll see if it lives up to the hype. But Ncaa Basketball, we getting there. It's March 1st right now. So here it comes, March Madness time. I'll tell you what, Ohio State's struggling. They done went down, lost like 3 in a row. Michigan's my favorite to win. And maybe I'm biased because I know it's Brandon's team, but that's my second favorite team. But so I'm pulling for the Wolverines. And Juwan Howard, I want the Fab Five to get a ring since they want to act like they didn't exist. Fab Five put you on the map, baby. Fab Five put Michigan on the map. Don't play D Rose with the long black shorts. Come on. But they're my pick to win. They just look solid to me. They look efficient. They do all kinds of things. I like it. They're in a tough Big Ten conference. Ohio State, Iowa, Michigan State. Michigan State's hot as I don't know what, man. They've been thriving. They've been winning like crazy. And they one of them tournament teams, Michigan State. They one of them teams that step up in playoff time. Baylor coming off their first loss. But I'll tell you what, the Big 12 is crazy too. So I'm going to put it out there right now. Out of the Final Four, I am saying right now, 2 out of the 3 teams that make it to the Final Four, at least 2 out of the 3 teams make it to the Final Four, are either going to come from the Big 10 or the Big 12. I'm saying it right now. Big 10, Big 12. They're going to have 2 or 3 of the Final Four teams. Yep. And Gonzaga, the more I look at them, I'm like, it's Gonzaga, but they got about 3 boys that can win Player of the Year. It's crazy. They got 3 boys that can win Player of the Year. You see North Carolina Duke coming back. Florida State just lost to North Carolina. North Carolina looks a little solid. I don't know if they got that star player to get them through the tournament. Duke also, but they can Sweet 16 maybe and stuff like that. We'll see. My son's school, Alabama State University, had their first game. He opted out these 7 games so he can be ready for the big season. But we still root them on. And they played Southern. It was on ESPN. We watched it. And they struggled at first, man. That freshman quarterback fumbling the ball, throwing interceptions. But they battle, man. And I like to see that. That's some heart out there, ASU. Let's go, Hornet Nation. Big game. Barely lost the field goal kicker. I feel bad for him missing 2 field goals. But there was a lot of sloppiness. But there's a lot of bright spots, too, especially with the first game. You know what I mean? It's just a 7 game. So, people are getting their nicks and crannies out of there. A lot of people, I don't even know how long their training camp and stuff was. But, yeah. But the G League, whatever they're doing in the G League, as far as that team Ignite, being able to put these high school boys on this team, smartest thing they could ever do, man. And if we had fans that could go to the games, I guarantee you the G League attendance would be like triple, maybe even quadruple by now. Very intelligent, whoever's in charge of marketing or idea strategists or whatever. Very smart. Because Jonathan Kuminga and Jalen Green, they're going to be top 5 picks. They're going to either be 2, 3. I think the boy Oklahoma State's going to be number 1. I'm sorry. But 2, 3, 4, it's going to be 2 of these boys. Kuminga and Jalen Green. Definitely. Team Ignite. MBDA. Let's go. But last thing I'm going to talk about is Kyrie Yarvin. He be saying some obnoxiously crazy stuff. Or the world is flat. And some other stuff, but I mean, he said the most smart thing I've ever heard in my life. He said the logo should be changed to Kobe Bryant silhouette. Ding, 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 ding. And what do we have for him, Johnny? He's right. It should be. This generation, Kobe Bryant. Why not? Kobe Bryant, especially what he meant to everybody and what he endured and the way his legacy is still living on. And then the last thing about it is, who is the silhouette right now? Jerry West. Who drafted Kobe Bryant? Jerry West. Who thought of Kobe Bryant as his other son? Jerry West. Jerry West loved Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was everything to Jerry West. You mean to tell me he would have a problem with that? He'd probably encourage it and be like, yes. Because he knows that would be somebody, if you had to take him off of something, at least you're putting on something that's still near and dear to his soul. I think it needs to happen. I think it needs to happen next year. I think they need to go ahead and announce it now so we can have a presentation about it. So Jerry West can talk about it. So we can talk about it and make the logo the Mamba logo and make it happen and get it over with. And Mamba fashion, Mamba out. Thanks for watching, guys. YouTube TV, on YouTube channel. Podcast on many podcast streaming networks. Pass me around, baby. Get us out there. I need more people involved. Let's go. Like, hit the bell, subscribe, tell your friends to subscribe. Come on. I can't do it without you, baby. Let's go.